What's up, guys? It's Trey McGowan here from Willow Tree Productions for the very first episode of Under the Willow Tree. We are joined today with musician Devin. How you doing, man?
Good, and yourself?
I'm good, thanks.
It's so cool to be here.
Always, bro. Always. So, we're going to be talking today about Devin's upcoming EP.
Yeah.
That I got a sneaky listen to.
Yeah.
Which was great.
Send out some sneaky treats.
Yeah. So, what was it? What went into writing these songs on the album?
Yo, man, years and years and years. For me, it's kind of been, I think it's been like 6 years I've been playing as a solo guy, and I haven't actually put out an EP. So to eventually get it was a lot of time.
So it's pretty much like your big debut release, essentially.
I'd recorded singles with people, and I had recorded like different tracks with other guys, and then I recorded a track with Rob Storm, and I just felt it, and I was like, yo, this is amazing. And I really worked so well with him at Sick Records, and was just like, yo, got to do it. And I went and did the full EP with him, and
that's pretty
cool.
Right. That's pretty cool. I must admit, I really love the EP.
Like
the quality of it's great. The songs, like it's the type of music I like listening to.
Cool.
My favorite song off it is "Sunshine Rain, Sunshine Again."
Okay.
What is that song to you? Like, what inspired you to write it?
Most probably first off, it was wanting to use a loop pedal. So for live songs, I had to use a loop pedal.
Yeah.
And it was also a ukulele. Like I was just jamming ukulele, and there was a note that I'd heard for such a long time, and I'd just never been able to find it. And then one day I found it, and I was like, yes. And I guess it kind of brightened up my day, and I was just like, yeah. Lyrically though, it's always a story. I like to write. I like to get like detail within that kind of thing, and so I guess it's always just a little bit of a narrative that comes beyond it. Always looking for the brighter, better picture.
That's good. That's like the one other song, I'm slowly getting fat every day. The music video behind it, it's pretty awesome. Like, what went into doing that? Like, it looks like a lot of hard work, to be honest.
So as I recorded that song, I'm slowly getting fatter every day with Rob at Sick Records.
Yeah.
And then I actually went on a little 2.5-month tour overseas, and I played a whole bunch of shows all throughout the UK, and I went into Scotland for a little bit. I played some shows in Edinburgh, and then I went to Berlin as well, and also spent a bit of time in Amsterdam, but didn't play many shows there. But it was pretty much just a way to document the trip in, I guess, a fun way to myself. It was really awkward, but I did a selfie video. I had a little fisheye lens. I put it on my cell phone, and I then played my song. I slowed it down 3 times, and I played it in slow motion. Well, I played the song slow, and then kind of walked around with the selfie stick, singing it in slow motion through crowds, because only when it's through crowds is it interesting. So it was really, really awkward and quite uncomfortable to have to do that. I bumped into an old lady, but it was a fun way to document the trip, even though it was with like a selfie stick. And then I kind of thought, no, I'm not going to do it. And then put it up on Windows Movie Maker. And
quality stuff, man.
Quality video editing skills. So I shot it on my phone, edited it on Windows Movie Maker, and just walked around taking awkward videos of myself. But it kind of, in the end, when I saw it worked, I was chuffed, because it would have been terrible if it hadn't.
It came out pretty good, I must admit.
Thanks.
It must have gotten some very odd looks.
Strange looks from people. It's not. Walking around singing in slow motion, I think like the song 3 times slower than it really is it's a thing. Also trying to walk fast and sing in slow motion, it's a weird idea.
Can imagine. So you're like mainly a pedal artist. In essence, pretty much. You use your pedal a lot to like add effects and all that type of stuff. And how did that come about to actually utilize that tool into your music?
I won a competition. I won this acoustic musician competition, and I got a voucher for a store, and I'd kept that voucher for a really long time, because I'm going to get something, I'm going to put it towards my music, and I didn't really know what I wanted to get. So the one day I was either going to be recording equipment, or it was going to be like a live thing, and I was focusing more on live, and I just went into a store, and there's this old guy, and he was like, this is new and it is cool. And I went and found it out, and I got that, and I had a loop pedal a bit beforehand, which I'm not that good at, so I'm still practicing on it. But with that, being able to mix it to it kind of just made it seem more pedally, I guess. But it was just by sheer default. But I enjoy it, because as an acoustic guy, it adds a little bit of a extra element to what I'm trying to do.
Because I've seen you live before, and I can see a lot of the work that goes into setting up the song, prior to when you perform it with the pedals.
Yeah, fair enough.
And does that, to you, do you think that loses interest with the crowd like the setup, or do you think it adds more of like people like, what is this guy actually doing here?
I think it depends on the audience a lot of the time. Like, it depends, for me especially as a solo guy, like if you're playing in a bar kind of in a back where you're playing, it depends if the music is the attraction or not. Like, if the music is the attraction and people are interested in listening, then I think they'll focus on that and be like, yeah, this is cool. Like, wow, what is someone doing? Generally, when I watch a loop artist, like if you're watching for the musicality of it, you're like, yeah, this is interesting. But if you're not paying attention, you don't know. It may as well be a backtrack. And so it just depends on the. I think for me, it just depends on the situation a lot.
And do you have like any upcoming shows in the next couple of months or so that people can go check you out on?
I'm hoping to get a few. Hi, cat. I'm hoping to get a few like festivals and stuff like that. I really want to try to look at those. With the release of the EP, then I'm gonna put it out. And just a cat butt. With the release of the EP, then I'm gonna try to put it out and get like a few, maybe like some of the bigger shows. I'd hopefully like to play Endless Days Festival. Maybe try Rocking the Daisies. There's a thing called the Eden Festival of Action, which is really cool. It's a green pop festival, and it's just all about planting trees and like giving back to the communities. And this year it's in Wilderness, so they're looking at making that a whole lot better for the fires in Nysen, or the fires in those areas which happen. So there's a lot of replanting and like those actions. So that's pretty cool. Hoping to play that in July. Still trying to work it out. And then man, I just want to play festivals. But at the moment, I'm going to also then do a album launch tour. Still have to figure out the logistics of timelines once everything comes out and videos happen and such. Hey.
So when is your EP actually dropping?
Sure, the date is. I don't know. It's a secret date for me because it hasn't been determined yet. What's up? This, like, I'm thinking it might be. Well, it's going to be June, July. Because I want to get a video out with it, and I just want to get some stuff, like get a nice timeline ready. I've got a venue planned. Hopefully, well, I had a venue planned, then I had to push the date back a little bit. But the music's ready, and that's important. But I think for things to travel, a little video and some dates will go. But around about the end of June, early July.
Have you always been like a guitarist?
No. I don't even consider myself a guitarist at the moment.
But what else did you used to do?
I started off playing drums, and then I always wanted to sing, and I'd like try to sing playing drums with some guys for a bit, but it was just a weird angle. Then I was singing for some friends that were playing guitar, and I was singing. And then they went and took a gap year overseas. So pretty much out of necessity, I forced myself to learn guitar. And that was about like 7 years ago, I think, I started playing guitar. And I just kind of tried to do that. It's always been more like vocal melodies for me. I've always focused on like the lyrics, and like that melody has always come first. And then I've tried to get the like... I don't know. The guitar would always become secondary. And like, how can I find this note? Lessons probably would help, but probably.
So,
he's just visiting.
This is our third guest, by the way.
Yeah. What is it?
It's Rusty the cat.
Rusty the derpy cat.
Yeah,
so cool. I hope he gets like a close up because it's got the funniest.
You will get his close up. So, like, are there any dream like collaborations with other musicians you want to, get to?
Collaborations, sure. Like, I haven't actually even thought of that, to be completely honest. I really personally would like to first probably try to get like a band, and then have like guys to jam with like that. That's what I'm going to be working on, also with the EP coming out. Sure, like my friends in Made for Broadway, I'd like to do something with them maybe. And I really also got my friends in Sutherland. I'd dig to do some features with them. But I hadn't really like thought that far. I was really stoked to have Bex on my this guy Bex from Cape Town on my EP. But that was a little cat. I was just stoked to kind of work with other musicians. It's always fun. I guess. Dream collaborations? I don't know. If you go international, then maybe just that. I don't even know. No, their quality's too high.
Well, your EP quality is like, it's pretty good. It's up there.
It's
up there, man. Also live, you're one of the top, I must admit.
Sick. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome.
Okay, so about your journey in music, like where you started to and where you've like got into now.
I guess so. It started off like long ago, like I said a bit earlier, when I was just playing. Like I started off playing drums, and then was just like messing around in a few bands. Then started playing guitar. Started a band with some friends. We were called The Hunted, and we were almost show ready. I think we had like 8 songs already, and then it just like someone had to leave and had to do something, and it was just like it came to an end, and that was kind of lame. But in that same point, I joined local guys called 4am. I don't know if you know 4am. Yeah, I played with 4am for a little while, and then after I left 4am, I moved to Cape Town. And in Cape Town, I kind of didn't know people that I was making a band with, so I thought, okay, got to do a solo project. Started a solo project. Decided to do it under an alias because I only have one name and I'll have it forever. So if you make bad music with that name, that will stick with you. So to kind of test the waters, as it were, I started a project called Ends and the Ocean. How
did you come up with that name, if I may ask?
I don't even know. It was there. It was something that had like always been with me, like a strange saying that had stuck with me. I really like the sea. I really like the ocean and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just like, it's kind of like earth and water, I guess, in a way, and kind of natural. So Ends and the Ocean came there, but trying to say that live, and Ends of the Ocean, Ends in Oceans. I had a track on DMX on MT, not that like music channel, whatever that you can listen to, and even they got it wrong. So that was the point when I saw it, and they're like, MCs always got it wrong, and like all of that. And by the end, it got after that track on DSTV, I was like, you know what? I think it's time to change the name. And then I started playing under my name as Devin Harmer, and literally 2 weeks after announcing that change, I got booked for Rocking the Daisies in like 2015. So it was really, really cool. I got to play on the Green Pop stage there. And then, it was since 2015 I've just been playing as Devin Harmer. It's a bit easier. You don't have to refer to yourself in third person. Don't have to like speak of yourself as a band when you're not. And it's just I've enjoyed it, I guess, from there. Just pretty much use it for experience. Like, it's cool to get to see things, get to go around the country. I've done so many things that I would never have done without playing music. It just kind of forces you to go places, forces you to see things, like travel out of your comfort zone, which is rad. It's probably the best part.
Where do you want to get? Like, do you have an end goal, or are you just kind of going with the flow?
Yeah, with music, like, it's kind of, for me, it's always been a complete passion project, and end goal, I feel like to set hopes towards things is almost a little bit, I don't know, it could be a bit demotivational, because it's really hard in South Africa. But that's what I feel it is, quite hard in South Africa, especially as like a solo artist, in terms of the platforms and the comparison that I had from playing overseas. Goal would be to play some more shows overseas, which is really cool. I enjoyed it just seems as a place we want to go. I'd also like to play some bigger shows in South Africa. That would be really cool. Get a full band going around it, to also play bigger shows, and then just keep making music, man, because I love it. Like, it's super, super rad, and make like more music with my girlfriend and do fun things like that. So just keep on making songs and albums and see what happens.
That's the only way to go. Just got to keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
I've seen like on your YouTube channel, you've also got a cover of the Gorillas, Clint Eastwood. Are you going to be like doing more covers in the future, or are you looking at just kind of keeping it original?
I whip out a cover every now and then for a live show. Like, it's quite a bit of fun. I got a few new covers that I just pop around and do that. But it's just nice to kind of get the familiarity. People are like, oh, I know that song. Maybe I should actually listen to this guy. But I do really like the originals. I like playing originals a lot.
And as like as a experienced musician, what would you say to like an up and coming like band or solo musician that's trying to get there, but they're on like that point where they don't know if they can make it or not?
Well, I think I'm still kind of on that cusp. But I mean, for me, as someone who's just kind of persisted over the years, like it's just, if you dig it, if you enjoy it, that's the most important thing. Like, that's the only advice that I can say, is that you've got to enjoy it, and it's got to be something that you just want to do and love doing. It shouldn't be something that's like a task in any way. I don't know. For me, it's just like naturally enjoyable. Like, if you're forcing it, then maybe it's taking too much of the time it should. But just persist and like follow your heart, as cheesy as it sounds.
It's cheesy, but it's true.
It's totally cheesy, but it's true.
And you used to be a radio DJ as well. Has that like affected you with like the music that you listen to and the music that you create from that like past experiences? I think it exposed me to so much music. I was part of the like the playlist compilation team, as well as a DJ. I did like the SA Top 20 shows, and I did an indie show as well. And I used to get such weird music, such interesting music, and it kind of really broadened my horizons a lot, forced me to listen to a lot more. But I always seem to like stick back to roots of a little bit of like punk rock and alternativeness. That's some good music. Has music like always been like what you wanted to do? Like, when you were a kid, you like I'm going to be like in that like direction?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's just always been something I've loved. Like, it's never been something that I've been like, I must do this. But it's been just an inherent thing within me, which I've just like, it's just been something that's happened. Like, I haven't really, although I've persisted, I don't think I've really like pushed towards it too much. But it's just been something that I've really loved, and like it's something that I enjoy doing naturally for myself, I guess.
So it's pretty much just been a passion that has like grown into what it is now.
It has, yeah. And I mean, to be able to like put out an album is one of my like proudest accomplishments. I mean, I'm studying, I've done a whole bunch of other things, but like this is like it's almost like a life purpose passion, which is really cool. Like, it's stoked to kind of make something out of out of a literally full passion. I guess
your EP, where did you record it? Like, through whom? Essentially
it was through with Rob Storm again, just like at his studio, Sick Records.
All right. And so it wasn't like self-produced, pretty much.
No, it wasn't self-produced. We did it together. His skill is immense. Like, it blows my mind. He is really, really such a good producer, and like just everything. It was really cool to work with him.
Now, last question before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Do you think like to make it in South Africa, you need that? You need the best of everything. Like, you need to have like top range stuff, or pretty much if you have enough passion, you can get there with what you have.
I think in South Africa, if you really want to do well, you need that financial backing. Like, if I look at some of the bands that I know that have been able to be relatively successful and played big shows, it's a lot of the time because either them or their parents have been able to financially support that dream of them and be like, oh, you guys need to do this. Here's some money to print this. Here's some money to do your CDs. Like, it costs money, man. And I think that's the problem. And you've got to appreciate also like the recording artists, the studios, everywhere, like people that you work with, everyone needs to be kind of paid for what they're doing. And so the financial side of things is very important. But if you've got drive to do it, I mean, there's people that can come. If you've got like pure raw talent and you are like remarkably good, I think Short Straw is kind of a prime example of that. If you looked at like how any band started, they were like a tiny indie band, and it was like a small group of a few dudes, and then they grew as a band. But then they started like those Boosh shows, and I mean, Boosh got massive, but it was just they would constantly play. You could watch Short Straw pretty much twice a week for like years. It was like 2 years, and they really just put in so much drive, and they really, I don't think that they would have taken like, they weren't financially backed that hard. I don't really know, but like they were able to drive and like actually like as an indie band like really build themselves and build that through sheer determination, and like being also really a good band and making really cool music that was super catchy, it was super niche, it was like new music. So they kind of put that all into a package. But there are other people on the other end of the spectrum who just kind of are able to purchase that package. I feel so it's maybe opinionated, but whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for coming on the show today.
Sick, man.
And hanging out with us. So that's it for our show today. Thank you so much for like tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.